Guys, April 25th, 1945, we are fighting in Tempelhof. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I am still extremely pissed off that I had Holvig and Tomke killed at the Moltke Bridge. Um, I know as a soldier, as a commander, as a leader, especially during World War II, you're not supposed to dwell on things like that. But I just can't help it. Those were some of my best units. Holdvik had been with me. I don't even know how far back. He was always there with me. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, the Russians are going to pay for that. No, seriously, they are going to pay for that. Stalin, Zhukov, all those guys. I've got their names listed down, and they haven't seen the last of me. So we're gonna dedicate this one and many other maps to Tamke and Holvig. So let me explain my setup here. Very basic. You guys should be familiar with it by now. I placed 3 12cm mortar units in a lower portion of the map. I go aggressive and mortar them wherever I see exposed infantrymen. I go heavy in the main building victory location, which is this one right here. You can kind of barely see it. I try to go light down here in the south. Now I'm going a little bit heavier just because really their next push is going to be, well, either this one up here or this one up here. I've got a light infantry gun just covering this sector. I'm not even going to bring it out this time because last time I had one rocketed. And I've also have a Pack 43 which I'm introducing here. I kind of was not too sure. I was unsure where to place it because similarly to the IG-18, the second I move or shoot, it's bound to get Katusha. So I kind of went super conservative here. I placed it very close in the vicinity of this southern victory location, and for the most part covering this street here, and also able to cover this street here, just in case any super aggressive tanks happen to roam down these streets. But like I said, I'm anticipating their attack being headed actually towards this one or this one up here. Now I may have made a mistake actually, because now that I think about it, these units here should probably be placed closer to this one to protect it. You know what, I'm actually gonna go ahead and move them, guys. So they both went. Let me check really quickly, make sure they are okay. No, they're not. I'm gonna put this guy behind this bunker here, and we're gonna put our general where can our general go? We want him to have good cover, so that red lets us know that that's not good enough. Ooh, that's good, that's green, and he's close enough that he can influence my scout unit, so that's perfect there. So that's my setup, guys. This is Tempelhof again, and this one's for Tamke and Holvig. Here we go. And I had another phone call again, sorry about that. And we see this tank up north, so let's check it out. Again, so foolish, they still haven't learned that they can't get in. What kind of tank is this? Oh, this is a T-34. Yeah, see? T-34. Let me turn off my phone so we won't get that disturbance anymore. Sorry about that. Main Street, we have the T-34 that's just kind of going back and forth. Can't be helped. Alright, I think this was a much better placement of these two units. So this map has always been fairly quiet. It seems like it's relative calm up until the moment of attack. I think the reason for that is, let's go back to this overview. The reason is because I have no units placed in here, I'm unable to catch sight of the enemy sort of along this stretch right here, I would say. And so I do that again because I know they're going to be headed towards victory locations. So I kind of give up this terrain, and the drawback is, of course, that I can't spot them, and they've surprised me now several times here on this map. But it's kind of a gamble, and it's paid off so far because we've held them back. And well, yeah, last time they actually managed to push. So this is okay. And let's go back over here. Now I'm just waiting. I'm just gonna wait until I see infantry, and especially if I see a lot of infantry concentrated together, and or running out in the open. That's when I'm gonna start launching my mortars. Other than that, I've just got to sit back and wait for them. Oh, and I should also mention this. Forgot to tell this. I am actually running very, very low, dangerously low on men. It seems like in every single map. So if you guys start to notice that I'm placing sort of goofy units for deployment, for example, if you see me placing, let's say a lot of Volkssturmtrupp, which is second line infantry. If I start going heavy on Volkssturmtrupp, that should be a pretty clear indication that it's not by choice, but it's out of necessity. My top of the line units have been killed off. I still have a whole bunch. I still have quite a few left. Especially in this map, I've got these Panzer Grenadier group, this infantry squad. These guys, if you guys notice here, the lettering above their name, it says Panzer Group. I'm sorry, Panzer Grenadier Group veterans. So these guys are veterans. So they're highly trained and experienced. But yeah, you may see me you may start to see me fight the Russians with an army of snipers. Actually, that would be kind of cool. That would actually be kind of cool. So relative quiet. You know what? If the quiet continues, we may give something a shot that I've never tried before. And I haven't tried it because I'm almost certain the Russians will refuse. But what I might try is a truce. You guys see this above the flashing? This is where the time indicator would be. So this little box here would normally tell you how much time you have remaining in this particular fight. However, as part of the veteran mod 3.5 by Salhexe, again, one of the other things that it does, aside from just increasing the difficulty of the AI, etc., is it hides this for you. I think I spoke about this a long time ago. It hides this for you, and it does that because normally when you're playing this map and you know how much time you have left, that's when people kind of start to cheat. You know, if you see you have 30 seconds, and for example, let's go here. If I know I have 30 seconds, I might just send this infantry unit on a suicide mission to take Main Street, regardless of whether they get killed or not. I would just send them to get Main Street. I would get control over this victory location, and then I would just keep doing that over and over again, and sort of weaseling my way to control of the map. Now, it's harder said than done, but still, it's sort of an underhanded strategy that I personally am not a fan of, because I think, like I said, it's really cheap, and it doesn't really require much thought. But so that's actually the wonderful thing about this. You don't know how much time you have, and trust me, when you get caught up playing this, you know, for all those heavy battles you guys have seen me in the Moltke Bridge, in the Reichstag, in Schomburg, Dahlem, all of them, etc. you completely forget about time, and if this thing were here, it wouldn't help me. So, anyways, what was I talking about? Right. So what I was gonna say is, I may try a truce. I may just give that a shot. Now, they probably won't accept, but maybe they will. Because they're not pushing at all. What do you guys think? Should I give it a try? You know, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm very curious to see what would happen. Check out my tanks. Ooh. Okay, let's hit truce. Let's put this up really quickly and hit truce. The Germans request truce. Nothing so far. Rudersdorf. Miete. This is the one I really would like to capture. And where did these two go again? The airfield and to the Reichstag. Oh, so here's some more airplanes. Again, for Eric Hartmann and Adolf Gallant. Huh, they're not accepting, they're ignoring me. Those dirty rats are ignoring me, and I don't like to be ignored. So that gives me yet another reason to punish them. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do, guys. This T-34 has been asking for business. So let me choose my best anti-tank unit, and we're gonna wipe it out. Yes, it's my veteran unit here. I just wanted to make sure I am looking. Again, pay attention to this thing down here. This stands for armor piercing or anti-personnel, and this is anti-tank. So green bar is good. The numbers designate distance or range. So 2 meters, 4 meters, 8 meters, 16, 32, 64. So these men, as I mouse over the other units, it looks like my veteran infantry are the best. So here we go. Now let's get some information first. Let's take it real slow. They have control over this part of the building here. So let's make sure there's no one on ambush there. If there isn't, we're just gonna work our way here. Okay, so we can see this room, but there still may be someone in there. So we're crawling slowly. That's good. So this entire building gives me great cover, so there's no reason for me to follow, let's say, this box. Okay, so we can go in a straight line. Let's move here now. So if you're wondering, as smart as the AI is, it still does this, this idiotic maneuvers every now and then. But it's just, one of the idiosyncrasies of the game, one of its quirks, and you get used to it and you like it. It makes me laugh, it makes it more enjoyable. I don't have a problem with it. and it gives me a chance, because otherwise I would just be wasted. So we haven't spotted anything yet. Now, in case you're wondering why I'm not running or walking, the reason is the way the game is set up. I thought I heard an explosion, but I was wrong. The way the game is set up is, if you run, you cover greater distance, but your men are susceptible to ambush. If they walk, your men cover less distance and can spot the enemy at a much closer range. And if you crawl, you'll obviously go very slowly, but if there are enemy troops in ambush mode, you will be notified. You will spot them almost immediately, so you won't get caught up in ambushes. And again, that's following the realistic model of war, where, you know, if you're crawling, obviously you're going to be able to spot enemy troops hidden away, whereas if you're rushing and you're just running really quickly, you may not notice that, you know, there's a Russian hidden in that rubble, so stuff like that. So my troops are coming along nicely. This is when it gets hairy, guys. This is when it gets real hairy. Now, my anti-tank, the green bars at the bottom, are telling me that this unit has good anti-tank up to 8 meters. Now, 8 meters is the length of this green line here. That's exactly 8 meters. Anything further than that, and our anti-tank gets weakened. So he's getting ready, and he's throwing his grenade. Oh, he was killed. The 2 men got killed. Let's get out of there. That didn't work. That didn't work. Ah, this idiot. So what happened there? Let me explain it. Everything was going fine, and this tank didn't even know we were there, up until the point where he, and his name is Lepel. What's his name? His name might be Lieberman. Anyways, up until the point where he decided to stand up and throw his grenade, we were okay. But the second he did that, the tank spotted him, obviously, and well, here's the result. But we did get a grenade off, but it didn't do anything. It's okay, we had to try it. It was kind of worth the risk. We had 1 killed and 1 incapacitated, so he's dead. But the good thing is, we still managed to recover this territory because we placed our men there. So I'm not seeing any action. And my truce is still ignored. I wonder, what are their plans? What are their plans for this map? This one has been very slow throughout the entire game. They just don't seem to like the fact that I have control over this building here. That's pissing them off. And that's good. They should be pissed off. Especially after they killed frickin' Holdvig and Tamke. You know what would be funny? If I took this Pack 43 all the way up until this street here, fired a shot, took out this T-34. So my men redeployed successfully, and let's put them back. Here's a little mine. There's a single mine in this building. It's kind of weird. Why would they mine that building? So nothing's happening, guys. I've requested a truce. They've denied my request. Looks like we're just gonna have to deal with this sort of relative quiet. Unless I want to try another, oh, that was it. Okay. One of the more quieter battles we've played so far. There's no details to, actually there is. We lost one soldier and we had another incapacitated when we attacked that tank. It looks like they had one tank damaged. That may be the reason this T-34 can't get anywhere. It's just damaged. But let me go over the campaign, the total campaign debrief. So I have lost 721 men, 721, and they've lost 1,469. So 1469, 721. I'm doing better than a 2-to-1 ratio. I'm actually killing a little bit more than they are. Yeah. Same goes for the wounded in action. 635 wounded in action, 1296. The armor, again, I try not to really focus on that. All you guys need to know is that my tanks have no fuel, and I only have a few tanks left. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the campaign. Hopefully next time we see some more action. And can't say I'm too happy about that fight because it was dedicated to Holdvig and Tamke, but we'll get them back. Alright guys, see you next time.